My people, this one's sweet and serious at the same time. The Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, has just said something that has set the whole country talking again. He said, and I quote, "Criminals are using the name of IPOB to commit crimes." That statement alone has shaken both the political space and the streets because for a long time, IPOB has been accused of being behind most of the violent incidents in the Southeast. Now, Umahi is saying it's not really IPOB as a group doing all those things, but some people who use the name to cover up their own bad actions. He's basically saying that some individuals are hiding under the name of IPOB and ESN to do evil. That's a big one because coming from a minister in the federal cabinet, it gives the issue a whole new twist. Before we go deeper, please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. When you like and subscribe, it helps this platform grow and helps us bring you more real stories like this one. Now, back to the gist. For years, whenever something bad happens in the Southeast, maybe an attack, a roadblock, or a clash with security forces, the first name you hear is IPOB or ESN. Many Nigerians have formed their opinions around that, but this new statement from Umahi seems to be drawing a clear line, saying the real IPOB members might not be the ones causing all the trouble. He said these are criminals who have nothing to do with the movement, but they go around pretending to be IPOB just to cover their acts. That raises serious questions. If what he's saying is true, then how many innocent people have been wrongly blamed or punished? How many communities have been painted as unsafe just because of those using IPOB's name wrongly? These are the questions Nigerians are now asking, and it's one of the reasons this statement is trending everywhere right now. Some people say Umahi is simply trying to calm the situation in the Southeast. Others think he's trying to play politics, maybe to protect his image or the government's relationship with the region. But whatever the motive, one thing is clear. His words have changed the conversation. You know, Dave Umahi is not just any politician. He's a former governor of Ebonyi State and now the Minister of Works under President Bola Tinubu's government. He knows the challenges of the Southeast. He has seen the security issues firsthand, and that's why many people are paying attention to what he said. But at the same time, IPOB itself has been reacting. They've said several times that they are not criminals, that the real problem is the people who commit crimes and then use their name to get attention or to mislead the public. IPOB has even asked the Nigerian military and police to name and expose the criminals they arrest instead of saying IPOB every time something bad happens. So you see, there's a back and forth here. Please, if you're still watching and enjoying the gist, don't forget to like this video right now.
I have a number of times refrained myself from talking about IPOB or ESN, but just because you've constantly been mentioning it, let me throw a little bit light to that. In as much as IPOB and ESN is, to a number of people, is like a necessity due to insecurity in Southeast. And they have their demands, they have their agitations, they have, what, according to them, making them angry. But let me tell you the truth of what is happening. There are bandits everywhere. There are criminals everywhere. There are cultists everywhere. So what happens now in Southeast is that criminals who may not necessarily be members of IPOB and the ESN, we go and commit crime, and they needed a name. So it's safer for them to say, oh, we are members of ESN, we are members of IPOB, so that they, in quote, the persecution of IPOB and ESN by the federal government, we cover them. That is what is happening in Southeast. Because the IPOB people and the ESN have a number of times come out to say, look, we are not, into terrorism. We are not into violence. We're simply agitating. And these people that are burning police stations, these people that are killing, they are not our members. And so how do you reconcile the two? And that's the kind of self-help, that is unfolding, because somebody is killed, he cannot defend himself, and then somebody comes out to say, oh, we're going to defend.
Now, and if you are new, click subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it means a lot to me and this community. Now, let's go deeper into why Umahi's words matter. In a country like Nigeria, where every statement from a government official can spark tension, his kind of comments can change how people view security issues. If people begin to believe that criminals are using IPOB's name, it could shift public sympathy towards the real IPOB members who are not involved in crime. But on the other hand, it could also make it harder for authorities to identify who's truly behind the violence. There's also another twist. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, is still in detention, facing trial. Interestingly, he has listed Dave Umahi as one of the people he wants to call as witnesses in his defense. So imagine that the same Umahi who's now speaking about IPOB being misrepresented might soon stand in court connected to the same matter. You see how everything is tying together? Some political watchers believe Umahi's statement is preparing the ground for a softer approach towards the Southeast. They say maybe the government wants to open dialogue again, reduce the tension, and find a peaceful way forward. But others think it's just political talk, something said to calm the public without any real plan behind it. Whatever side you fall on, you can't deny one thing: the Southeast is tired. People are tired of fear, tired of insecurity, tired of being labeled. So a statement like this gives them hope that maybe someone in power finally understands that not everyone under that IPOB tag is a criminal. Let's look at the bigger picture. Across the world, there have been many cases where legitimate movements get hijacked by bad people. Once those bad elements start using the name, the whole movement suffers. That's what's happening here. Umahi is saying the government should separate real activists from those who are simply out there to cause chaos. If you've lived in the Southeast, you'll understand how deep this issue runs. There are communities that live in fear every day. They don't know who's who anymore. Is that person an IPOB member, a criminal, a security agent? The lines have become blurred. And that confusion is what Umahi is trying to address, at least from what he said. But at the same time, people are asking, if the minister knows criminals are hiding under IPOB's name, then why are they not being identified and exposed? Why not call them out one by one so the public can know the truth? You can't just say criminals are using the name without showing us who they are. Nigerians want to see evidence. And please, as you're watching right now, take 1 second to hit the like button. It helps me know you're enjoying the gist and that you want more of this kind of honest breakdown. Don't forget to subscribe too. Now let's think about what could happen next. If Umahi's words gain traction, it could affect how the federal government handles IPOB issues moving forward. Maybe there will be new investigations to find those criminals. Maybe there will be more calls for peace talks. Maybe it could even influence Nnamdi Kanu's case in court. Because once a top minister publicly says not all crimes are done by IPOB, it weakens the argument of those who label every attack as IPOB. It's also worth noting that Nigerians are reacting differently. Some people are praising Umahi, saying he's brave for speaking truth. Others are criticizing him, saying he's playing both sides, defending IPOB today, but still part of a government that declared them terrorists. It's a very sensitive topic, and how he handles it going forward will determine how people judge him. But you know what's important? That the truth is being discussed openly. For too long, people have been scared to even talk about IPOB or anything connected to it. This kind of statement brings the issue back to the table, not as something to fight over, but as something to understand and solve. Let me tell you something. Peace can never come to any region when people are misunderstood. Umahi's words might sound simple, but they could be the start of a bigger conversation that can change things. Maybe one day we'll get to a point where IPOB, the government, and the people can sit down and find common ground. That's what real progress looks like. Please, if you're still watching, do me one favor. Like this video and subscribe. Let's grow together and keep bringing you stories that matter. As we wrap up, let's not forget that behind every headline are real people, mothers, youths, workers, and elders who just want peace. Whether you support IPOB, the government, or you're neutral, the main goal should be for safety and understanding to return to the Southeast. Umahi's statement has opened the door, but what happens next depends on actions, not just words. Nigerians will be watching closely to see if the government truly separates criminals from activists, or if it's just another political moment that fades away after the news cycle. Now, my people, what do you think about this? Do you believe Umahi is right that the criminals are using IPOB's name to commit crimes? Or do you think he's just trying to play smart politics? Drop your opinion in the comments because I want to hear from you. And once again, please like this video right now if you've enjoyed this breakdown. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next gist. There's a lot more coming and I want you to be part of it. Let's keep the conversation peaceful and respectful because Nigeria belongs to all of us.